Welcome to the No Quit Living podcast. Our primary objective is to motivate and inspire our listeners to never quit. The reality of life is simple. We all fall. We all fail. At times, we get knocked down. The question is, do we get back up? Are we stronger? Are we better prepared to attain the maximum of our potential? Thank you for joining our No Quit tribe. As you go for your greatness today, never quit. And remember, we rise by lifting others up. Welcome to episode number 280 of the No Quit Living podcast. I'm your host, Christopher J. Worth, and today's theme of the day is growth during challenging times. Instead of a quote for today's episode, I would like to pose a question. How have you grown during these challenging times? Before we jump into today's episode, I would like to remind everybody about our third We Rise by Lifting Others Up forum on July 22nd, titled The Power of Positivity. You can find all the information as well as a registration link on our social media, or you can always reach out to me at chris@noquitliving.com. I'm also super excited to announce the pre-launch of my very first book that I've written with Chris Wilberding, titled The Positivity Tribe. It's available now for pre-order before it goes on sale on Amazon or anywhere else books are sold, and you can grab yourself a copy at thepositivitytribe.com. Once again, head on over to thepositivitytribe.com. Since March of this year, we've been dealing with some very challenging times. First it was Corona, followed by race issues, political unrest, and most recently, the ongoing uncertainty we are facing as a country today and how things will continue to progress as we are dealing with this pandemic. One thing I know is that 2020 has been a very difficult, trying, and challenging year in so many ways. On our last forum, one of my best friends, Fred Korlbaum, spoke about not throwing away 2020, but instead, let's make the rest of 2020 our best of 2020. I know you've heard me say it many times, as well as many of our incredible guests have said it, controlling the controllables. I know that it's so much easier said than done, but as far as 2020 is concerned, I think it's on point. So during these challenging times, how have you grown? Have you grown? Have you been working on you and trying to become a better version of yourself for yourself? If the answer is no, why not? Why not take advantage of some of the downtime we have right now? A mentor of mine, John C. Maxwell, often talks about the importance of asking good questions. Perhaps ask yourself how you can grow during these challenging times. I'm extremely personally fortunate to have some incredible people in my life, and what I call on my bus, in my tribe, or in my corner. Those people are friends, accountability partners, and people I'm in masterminds with. They challenge me, push me, but most importantly, they ask really good questions. As someone that is always looking to become a better version of myself, I've spent a good amount of time these past couple months looking for different ways to improve, looking to make personal adjustments and what I call small victories. Because honestly, I believe those small victories lead to huge wins down the road. An area that I'm clearly passionate about is learning, and especially learning through books. A question I ask, as you all know, each guest is if they're reading anything, or perhaps they've read something recently that they'd like to recommend to our listeners. So what have you been reading? Are you reading? What books or authors have inspired you, challenged you, or maybe just made you think? Perhaps you've been listening to audiobooks. One of my personal friends and one of my personal coaches, Brian Kane, who is fantastic, by the way, recommended the Success Hotline. What that is, very simple, is a free phone number to a daily message recorded by Dr. Rob Gilbert. I've been calling this hotline almost every single day for the past 2 months, and it's had a huge impact on my life. I consider it now part of my morning routine. So I would highly recommend that you guys adding this to your own morning routine. And it's only a 2 to 3 minute message, and it's a new message every single day. So the Success Hotline number is 973-743-4690. Once again, that's 973-743-4690. What about listening to different podcasts? There are so many incredible shows out there on any and all topics. But the best part about listening to podcasts is that they are 100% free. It costs you nothing. So whether you have an Android phone, whether you have an iPhone, even if you for some reason don't have a phone, as long as you can get access to computer and internet with a tablet, you can listen to some amazing podcasts. And like I said, they have topics of any and all ranges. What about hiring a coach, a business or personal development coach? What about hiring a trainer, whether that trainer is in person or virtual? Some of the most successful people that I personally look up to have coaches of their own? What about getting more active and embracing a healthier lifestyle? Maybe going for walks, taking a walk with a spouse, with your kids, family, or maybe even friends. What about picking up jogging? Maybe even dusting off that bike of yours. Or perhaps that tennis racket that you look at every single day hanging in your garage. One thing I know for a fact is that we all have the same 24 hours in our day. The challenge I pose to everyone, myself included, is this. Will you grow during these challenging times? Are you willing to get outside of your comfort zone? Stephen Richards has a very simple quote that I absolutely love. To get something different, you must do something different. So when you turn off this podcast and you go on with either your morning, afternoon, or evening, you only have two choices. Choice number one, you choose to do something positive and you take positive action for you. Or choice number two, you make a decision not to do anything. Either way, you have a choice. My hope is that when you turn off this podcast today, you choose you and you take that positive action for yourself and you go ahead and take that action now. And remember, we rise by lifting others up.
And lastly, to our listeners, thank you. We truly appreciate your time, and we hope our episodes inspire you to keep on attacking life and never giving up. To quote Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, it's always too early to quit.